So I'm Tom Misage. I'm a vice president at Moto, and Moto has been around for about 15 years. Started in the early 90s with two founders, Gregor Berkowitz and Danielle Hebert. They were actually roommates at Carnegie Mellon in Pittsburgh, and after graduation they kind of went their separate ways, but then rejoined up here in San Francisco and started a small engineering company. So Moto started basically in the mechanical space, mechanical engineering, helping support a lot of the design firms that are around San Francisco and the Bay Area, and has grown into other disciplines, electrical engineering, software, user experience, manufacturing support, strategy. So we're a bigger organization now with a lot more disciplines. We started as a core of engineers, but being this collaborative environment of the Bay Area, to really work with others, you have to understand how to work well with design. So we're very strong at understanding design vision, and as engineers latch on to design vision and focus on what the vision is and offer other ideas and ways to get to that vision. And also have a very good sense of user experience. There's some engineers that are very, very good engineers, but they're not necessarily tapped into, thinking of what the user experience is. And we've grown up with that and have a very good sensibility in that regard. So we work really well with design. Being able to bring business strategy aspects to a situation is very important, and it's a key ingredient to getting products right, ecosystems right, and offerings right. And especially with the area here is just rife with startups, and startups a lot of times comes with an interesting idea, but that idea hasn't necessarily been vetted from a business standpoint. So we do help our clients on the business strategy side and help them understand what makes sense and what doesn't. It may be a great idea, but you really got to marry that to a sound business strategy to make it successful. Because design is scary, it's a little bit, working without a safety net, and you come into the beginning of the process, and if your rational thinking engineer type or manager of a certain segment of a business is going, I don't know if we're going to get there. You see all these crazy ideas like, what is going on? This doesn't make any sense. But having the process to show, well, this is what's supposed to happen now, and this is what's supposed to be. So it's like an insurance or a reassuring part to give to a client or give to the team, so that they know, okay, this is all right. You can think crazy here, and then you can get more defined and get along the process. But design in itself is a pretty can be scary, especially if it's your money or it's your ass is on the line to deliver something. Design can be a scary process, but it is proven over and over again that's the best way to come up with the best answers, the best solutions, the best products, the best ecosystems. It is the key ingredient. And it's not the only ingredient, though. I think one of the things you find is you look at good design and things that happen well, you'll find typically the design process up front that comes up with those great ideas, but you also find inherently, and it's true in almost any endeavor, it's music or industrial design or user experience or bridges or architecture, there's also an entity that holds on to the vision all the way to the end and is dogmatic about the vision and doesn't let go of the vision. There's a lot of opportunity from that seed of an idea. It's not just that light bulb moment where you come up with the idea, but it's all the way through the process that there's teams and people, and a lot of times it's a few individuals that are just not going to let go of that vision, and no matter how hard it is to get it through the engineering process, how hard it is to get through the engineering build process where you're proving out and doing testing, you're always pushing everybody along the way to reach that vision and get as close to it as you can by the end of the process. And that typically is as a big of an ingredient as that light bulb moment at the beginning. A lot of people think the innovation part is just that, well, I thought of this great idea, I thought of you know, thought of the Sony Walkman, and that was the thing that got them going. But there was somebody that also pushed it all the way through to make sure the Sony Walkman was successful all the way to the end and continued to deliver on that promise and vision. And there's a lot of opportunities to lose the path. So, so doing that is very important. So that's you know, in essence, that's part of what Moto does. Moto helps hold that vision, you know, that flame, if you will, all the way through the process, all the way to manufacturing, all the way to delivery and ramp. And that's a very, very important aspect of what we do, as important as coming up with the idea in the first place.